Perimeter. Our objective in this lesson is to be able to use formulas for perimeter and circumference of two-dimensional objects to solve real-world problems. Perimeter. Perimeter is the total length of all sides of a two-dimensional figure. Perimeter is one-dimensional, very much like how you would think of a line is one-dimensional. The units we use for perimeter could be U for units, cm for centimeters, m for meters, in for inches, ft for feet, so on and so forth, like that. When you think of perimeter, think of length, like it says up here. Length is a key word you'll see a lot. Think of the word in perimeter, rim. That helps us think of going on the edge of a figure, going around a figure, very much like you would think of the fence for a yard. The fence of a yard goes around the yard. That is perimeter. Then we have circumference, usually represented by the letter C, capital C. Circumference is the perimeter of a circle. So remember, because perimeter means length, circumference will mean length. But because it's for the circle, it's the length around. So we're still thinking of things like we did for perimeter, such as length, or rim, or edge, or around. But this is length for a circle. Think of the crust of a full pizza. That would be the circumference. Some helpful formulas from the formula sheet are these that we see here. Notice the P for perimeter in that formula and the C for circumference in those formulas. Let's take a look at some examples. Find the perimeter of the figure shown. Number 1, regular hexagon. Hexagon is a six-sided polygon. When it says regular, that means all of the sides are congruent. I'm going to put congruent slashes in the sides, so it indicates that. That means all of these sides are 5 centimeters long. How do I find the perimeter? Well, I notice the formulas given from my formula sheet do not have perimeter of a regular hexagon. But because we know the perimeter means the length of the edges, the total length, we can just add up all of these sides. 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. We can add up all those 5s. So I could list them. There are 6 of them, and that would make 30. Of course, because there are 6 of them, I could just say 6 times 5, which is also 30. Either way, I'm coming up with the perimeter being 30 centimeters. Because I was given centimeters in the problem, I will give centimeters in the answer. Number 2, rectangle. We know that a rectangle has opposite sides that are congruent. So I could just add up all those 4 sides. I could also reference the formula given on the formula sheet. P for perimeter equals twice the length plus twice the width. So that would be twice 4 plus twice 3, or 12 plus 6, which of course, excuse me, not 12 plus 6, 8 plus 6, which would make 14. Our perimeter of this rectangle, 14 inches, because of course we're marking the units. Number 3, Find the circumference of a 16-inch apple pie. So because we know an apple pie is the shape of a circle, and the word circumference tells us we're referring to a circle, we're going to use one of the formulas from our circle. C is circumference. 16-inch references the diameter. The diameter of our circle is 16 inches. D is what we use for diameter. So notice the circumference formula that has the D in it. That's what we will use here. So C equals pi times diameter. So our circumference is pi times 16. So we'll write our circumference to be 16 pi. Of course, pi is a number, but it's exact when we leave it in terms of pi. And then inches are the units, 16 pi inches. Part B asks, what is the minimum length? Length is a key word of icing that would be needed to decorate just half the edge of the pie. So words like length and edge are important because that tells us we're working with perimeter, or in this case, circumference, because it's a circle. Half is important because that means we want just half of it. Now we found the circumference earlier. We're going to do half of the circumference for this problem. So that will be half of 16 pi, which would be 8 pi. So our answer for this is 8 pi inches. That would be the minimum if we didn't stretch out any more icing.